Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to go over an issue that probably quite a few of us had or have with the 9.5, and that is the brake light failure bulb coming on, or on the SID, the brake light issue up there. And I know sometimes it's just a third brake light, just a bulb needing change. It could be tail light, running light, whatever, to kick that on. But when I first got my car, I didn't realize I drove around 2 months when I got it, and finally I got stopped by someone. Thank goodness it wasn't a police officer, but got stopped by someone saying that my running lights were on, but every time I hit my brakes weren't coming on. So I did a little research online and found the wiring diagram. Found out that these had a problem with the wiring in the back from the trunk opening and closing. The wires weren't long enough, so they would just fray and split apart. And I sure enough had about 3 or 4 wires that were just split completely in half. So I'm going to show you this. This is cobbled together. I know it's not professional at all, but it worked at the time when I didn't have any solder or anything, which I'm not going to do that today on this, but I will probably go through it again and do solder. I just use butt connectors. I know, like I said, it's going to look all cobbled up, but it works. Thank goodness. I have all my brake lights, all my tail lights, everything works on the car, checks out okay on the SID. So I'm going to show you my fun cobbled up deal here and try and give you an idea of how to do this. Hopefully, the wiring and everything on this they have some of the same colored wires, and that was kind of a trial and error. Even with the wiring diagram, I still had to do trial and error a little bit on it to match them up and get everything working like it was supposed to. And that was even, like I said, with the wiring diagram from Saab. So I'm going to show you my cobbled up job and kind of give you a look at the colors and all that of the wires and how I have it set up, and maybe you guys can orientate with that. Hopefully through me showing you, and if anybody has that issue, you can check it and see if that's the issue or not. So I'm going to show this to you, and there it is. It comes out of your trunk here, and I don't have this, but I mean, you can get the whole wiring harness. I think last time I checked they were like 140 bucks, maybe a little bit less than that, but this was still covered up when I got it with the rubber boot, but it was cracked. And then when I took it apart, of course, this is what I found. There was about 4 of these wires that were just completely obliterated, and I tried to keep them as orientated as I could on there. So if you see they're coming out, they're all pretty much coming straight out in a line. So the first one over here, which is kind of weird because it does kind of go in the middle here. Like I said, this is kind of a rough idea of what you can do to get it to, hopefully work for you. Just trial and error kind of stuff. I didn't blow any fuses. If I plugged it, hooked one up wrong, like I said, I just had to do a trial and error on it. And I just said that for like the 20th time, so I'll try not to say it again. But this one is a solid green. So the first one that comes out is solid green to solid green, and then you've got solid black to solid black, and then you've got sorry about this, another, I believe this one is also yeah, that one is also a solid green to solid green. Then you've got a white to, I want to say it's like a pink. And the next one is your black to white. Next one over, this one's kind of weird. I had to rub some of my fun tape off of there, but if you see, you can barely see it, but this one is actually a green and with a silver stripe going to green and silver. And on the other end over here, you got another white to, we're going to say pink or salmon. And then in the middle here also, you've got a white and green to white and green. And then the last one over here is, I believe, sorry about the camera here. Yes, that one is also a solid green to solid green. And then of course, for right now, until I get them all soldered together, because I got to get another soldering gun, I am going to use some black tape to wrap it up. And like I said, I've had this set up like this for going on almost 4 years now, I believe. Yeah, almost 4 years now. So I mean, it's held up. I know it's not the best fix in the world. I'm just trying to give you an idea if you got to do it in a pinch without a soldering gun or soldering iron, anything like that. I found this to be effective. You're probably going to have to snip just a little bit of the end of the wires off, depends on how frayed they are and broken up they are. I just snipped like the very ends of them just to have clean wire, and I still have a decent amount of room. I mean, I usually bunch it up and it closes and opens fine. I haven't had any tugging or anything like that. I just took some more of the rubber boot off so it wasn't pulling down on it. So hopefully this helps you guys out. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to give me a message or anything like that. If you need a better video, I'll try and find the wiring diagram as well to help you guys out with that. I mean, this is just something to hopefully, so you don't have to buy a whole new wiring harness. I mean, if you want to go that route, you can still get those. Like I said, I believe the last time I looked, they were about 145-ish, I believe. Maybe they might have gone down. I'm not sure. Someone might even have a used one. You can get one out of a wrecked car, but just make sure you check, because these will definitely most likely still be covered up by the rubber boot in a wrecked car, or scrap car, or someone parting a car out. Just make sure that that you look at that first to make sure that there's no frayed wires to where you got to fix it again if that's what you're going for, not having to fix it. But if not, I mean, all you got to really do is there's a wiring. The wiring goes down through here into the back. And it's kind of a pain in the butt to get to if you have to take the whole harness off, but it plugs in over there and then it goes up and it connects to all your stuff up there. There's like a plug-in that goes up and it connects to all your lights in there. So sorry if it's not super informative. I'm just trying to give you guys an idea of how to just do a quick fix until you can get a new wiring harness or do a complete solder, which I should have already done by now, but I have not. That's on me. So you don't have to follow my path completely, but I'm just trying to give you the idea of what the wires look like, what to look for if you have that light on the dash in the SID. Because I mean, a lot of people will start just going through all their bulbs and stuff, replacing them all, which isn't a bad idea. If you do have one burnt out, cool, but I would still check that wiring harness if you're going to purchase one as well. Check to see if that has any damage on it before you purchase a 9.5. I don't have a 9.3 and I haven't really worked on them, so I can't really tell you if they have the same issue. If someone knows, please leave a comment down below and let us know if these are similar or if they're completely different. Like I said, I don't know because I own a 9.5, but I hope this helped you guys out. So yeah, if you have any questions, like I said, please leave a comment down below. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. And this is Swede Power 417 signing off. See you guys soon.